Hello and welcome to my JC Traveling World. In December 2022, I cruised from Los Angeles to Buenos Aires, Argentina on the Sapphire Princess. My cruise included 5 days of cruising in Antarctica. As always, I share some tips end of the video. Thank you for watching. Happy traveling! The ship's first stop was Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. I've been here many times and always loved the view of the arch as we pull in. There's a lot to do here: swimming, fishing, eating fresh seafood, shopping, or just watching an awesome sunset. We stopped in Punta Costa Rica, where I walked around the town, sightseeing and doing some shopping. I recommend you try a famous Churchill Hill frozen drink when you visit Costa Rica. I lived on the Sapphire Princess for 34 days and I was never bored. There was always something to do. There were shows every night in the theater, from local artists when in port to fancy production numbers. I got a lot of exercise by running, working out in the fitness center, playing some of the many games offered on the ship. Best of all, on a cruise ship, you don't have to cook or clean. They clean your cabins every day, and sometimes you find a new little friends on your bed. The food is great, whether dining in the buffet, the pizza shop, or one of the many restaurants. You can always find something to eat. In fact, you could eat 24 hours a day if you want. As the ship sailed towards Lima, Peru, we crossed the Equator. The ship had a ceremony for those crossing the Equator by sea for the first time, known as a Pali Walks, to anoint them as shellbacks who have already crossed the Equator. King Neptune and his minions came onto the ship and held the call. There was a quick trial, and then selected Pali Walks were forced to kiss the fish, along with it being basically slimed. It was so much fun to watch. I was so glad I was not selected. The next port of call was Lima, Peru. However, before we arrived in Peru, the president of Peru was impeached and removed from the power, resulting in mass protests. As a result, the captain canceled the port of Pisco, and we planned on remaining in Lima for 2 nights before sailing for Chile. The ship still had a shuttle bus operating between the ports and Miraflores, but nothing to downtown Lima. I wanted some Korean food, so we found a Korean restaurant in Miraflores and took the bus from the port. After walking around, sightseeing, and doing some shopping at the Inca market, we went to Restaurante Comida Coreana. The food was very good. We ate everything on the table and we was thinking about going back. The next day, we took the bus and did some sightseeing, discovered a park gifted to Peru from China. When I was in Lima in 2014, we found a seafood restaurant we really liked, but could not remember the name. We decided to go to Lama Cerveceria Bruna as it was recommended on Google. It turned out to be the same restaurant we ate in 2014, 8 years ago. We were so happy and excited. The next port of call was La Serena, Chile. I saw a beautiful sunrise from the ship as we pulled into port. We shared a taxi with another couple and drove around the town and saw the lighthouse, Plaza de Armas, Santo Domingo Church, and coming back to the port, we stopped at the fish market and had some ceviche and seafood soup. I was surprised to see how many different types of ceviche they were selling. Our next stop, we arrived at San Antonio, Chile. We took a 2-hour bus ride to Valparaiso and then went to the Vina del Mar, which is a very beautiful, wealthy section of the city. We walked around and got wet in the southern hemisphere Pacific Ocean. Once again, another port of call, Port Arenas, Chile was cancelled due to bad weather. So we sailed directly to the Ushuaia, Argentina, arriving at 10 a.m. However, the wind was blowing over 40 miles per hour, so we had to lay anchor in the harbor until midnight before we could tie up at the pier. Ushuaia is below the 54th south parallel and claimed the title of the world's southernmost city. It's surrounded by beautiful, amazing mountains, covered by snow with a crystal blue sky. It was a breathtaking view. We got off the ship in the morning around 9:30 a.m. and took a local bus tour that took us through the mountains to Hidden Lake, then back through the town to the Martial Glaciers just north of the city. We got back to the town around 3:30 p.m. and the wind was blowing over 35 miles per hour. As a result, the captain had to delay our departure, which resulted in the cancellation of sailing by Cape Horn so that we could cross the Drake Passage when there were no storms. The weather in the Antarctic is very unpredictable, and all ships are going to Antarctica must cross the Drake Passage, which is known to have some of the worst storms on the planet. After crossing the Drake Passage, we arrived at the Antarctic Peninsula and spent 5 days sailing in the continent. This was the primary reason I chose this cruise. Antarctica was on my bucket list for a long time. I have now been to all 7 continents. While we were cruising, the captain said that only 0.01% of the world population get to see Antarctica. I felt so fortunate and appreciative to see all of Mother Nature's beauty at the bottom of the world. Even though we arrived during the December summer season, I experienced snow, sleet, rain, and wind all in the same day. I had to wear a hat, glove, and jacket, and sometimes I wrapped myself with a blanket. In addition, the sun never fully set while we were in Antarctica. It never got dark. I saw icebergs, glaciers, penguins, all kinds of birds, and a whale as I sailed. The iceberg was so much bigger than ones I saw in Alaska. I will always remember their deep blue color. I learned there are 33 countries with a research base in Antarctica. I saw the bases of Chile, Argentina, Great Britain, and Brazil. The ship radio each base as we approach and offer fresh fruit or vegetables. The Chile base wanted the pizza, which the ship was more than happy to provide. This has to be the furthest south pizza delivery in history. The next port of call was supposed to be the Falkland Islands, where we had a penguin encounter planned. Once again, the weather in the Drake Passage and at the Falkland Islands did not cooperate. We had to miss this port. I had an amazing time in Antarctica. It has been the best 5 days of my life. My last word is let's save the planet by doing all we can to save this beautiful environment. After bypassing the Falkland Islands, we sailed to Montevideo, Uruguay. Montevideo is called the Paris of South America and is a charming metropolitan city. I took a bus tour of the city and found out that Uruguay ranks second worldwide in beef consumption per capita. The average person eats 117 pounds of the beef per year. We arrived in Buenos Aires, Argentina on January 4th to disembark. I was last in Buenos Aires in 2006 with my family and still have a fond memory of that visit. It was nice to be back. It was end of our cruise, even with the political unrest in Chile and the missed ports. I had a great time. I will always have a beautiful memories from this awesome trip. Thank you for watching my video. Be happy, be healthy, happy traveling. Thumbs up and subscribe button. Appreciate it.